Did you know that the average woman applies approximately 168 different chemicals to her skin every day? Curious what that means for your health? Well, you should because many of these chemicals are known to be toxic, including some that are hormone disruptors.
Welcome to the Spa Doctor podcast, where we uncover the secrets about women's health and hormones.
I'm your host, Dr. Trevor Cates, naturopathic doctor, best-selling author, and founder of the Spa Doctor. Every episode, we reveal the best-kept secrets for achieving glowing skin, natural beauty, a healthy body, and a balanced mind. Are you ready to live your healthiest life? Keep on listening. Welcome to the Spa Doctor podcast. I'm Dr. Trevor Cates, and I'm thrilled to be back with you. It's been a while, and I have so much to share. Today's episode isn't just about beauty, it's about taking control of your health in ways that you never imagined. So get ready to be inspired and empowered. Let's dive in and uncover the truth that could change everything for you. First, let's talk about the exciting changes happening here at the Spa Doctor podcast. We've been away for a bit and for a good reason. For those of you who are new here, I'm Dr. Trevor Cates, naturopathic physician, best-selling author, and founder of the Spa Doctor. I've been helping women with their health for 24 years. I'll tell you in a minute how I got here, but since our last episode, I want to give you an update. I sold the Spa Doctor company and have stayed on to help see them grow and scale. And with that, we've been hard at work developing new products and resources to support your health and beauty journey. In this relaunch of our podcast, we'll dive deep into topics around clean skincare, women's health, and hormones. I'll be bringing in experts to share their insights, from dermatologists to nutritionists, and some surprise guests who have inspiring stories of their own transformations. Now let's dive into today's main topic: the hidden dangers of conventional skincare products. It's surprising and alarming how many skincare products on the market today contain harmful chemicals. Ingredients like parabens, phthalates, and synthetic fragrances are not just hard to pronounce, they're linked to serious health issues. The US FDA has only banned 11 ingredients in personal care products, but other places like the EU have banned 1,600 ingredients. And as I mentioned before, we're applying a lot of these ingredients to our skin every single day in our personal care products. So we really want to know what it is we're putting on our skin, because here's the thing. Our skin is our largest organ. It's on the surface of our body, and what we put on it doesn't just stay on the surface. It can and does get absorbed. And it's different than taking in something orally, but it's also important because you apply something to your skin, it gets into your bloodstream and gets into your system. And for things like hormone disrupting chemicals, they're also known as endocrine disrupting chemicals. When we get exposed to these chemicals, whether it's in the air we breathe, the personal care products we use apply to our skin, or we take them in orally through the foods we eat, they will bind to the hormone receptors in our bodies, and they change the function of these receptors, meaning they can mimic hormones. So our body actually thinks it has estrogen, for example, when it actually doesn't. It's a hormone disrupting chemical. So that's what we mean by estrogen mimickers or hormone disruptors, because they can disrupt sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, but also our adrenal hormones, our thyroid hormones, hormones that regulate our blood sugar like insulin, basically any hormone that you can think of, and there are a lot. So what we want to do is we want to be mindful of these chemicals. For example, parabens are used as preservatives in many skincare products. While they help keep products from spoiling, research has shown that parabens are estrogen mimickers, and they've actually been detected in breast tumor tissue. So we really want to be mindful of these because they are potentially leading to hormonal imbalances. Phthalates are another common one. They're in synthetic fragrances, and we have so many different fragrances in our environment. If you think about the cleaning products in your home, maybe air fresheners, but they're also in our personal care products. But the phthalates in synthetic fragrance are endocrine disrupting chemicals, and so we really want to do what we can to reduce our exposure to these. And these are just a few of the examples. There are many others. And I talk about more of these chemicals in my book, Clean Skin from Within, also in Natural Beauty Reset. But there are a host of chemicals we really want to be mindful of avoiding because we don't want to disrupt our hormones. And a lot of times as we get older, we're using more and more products for our beauty, and we're getting exposed to more of these chemicals at a time when our hormones tend to be out of balance in that perimenopausal stage of life, or that time leading up to menopause, which can, for some women, start in their late 30s, for most women in their 40s, when our hormones are just starting to go all over the place. And then if we're compounding it by getting exposed to these chemicals, we're just adding more fuel to the fire. So basically, I don't want to be all doom and gloom here. I do want you to have your beauty routine, but we want to be mindful of using clean skincare products and avoiding endocrine disrupting chemicals and other toxic ingredients. I mean, I'm just talking about one class of toxic ingredients, but there are carcinogens, those that are linked to cancer. And again, it just isn't well regulated, especially in the United States. So we just want to reduce our overall exposure. I remember a patient of mine who came in with severe eczema. She had tried numerous products, all promising relief, but packed full of these harmful ingredients. It wasn't until she switched to clean and natural skincare that her skin finally began to heal. Now, we did some of that work from the inside out, but as soon as she was applying more of these toxic ingredients to her skin, it just created more of that inflammation. This is a common story I see in my practice, and one of the many reasons I'm so passionate about clean skincare. So how do you protect yourself? You want to start by becoming a label detective. Look for products that are free from parabens, phthalates, and synthetic fragrances, mineral oil, and other toxic ingredients. Opt for skincare that uses natural ingredients and fragrances, natural fragrances like organic essential oils instead, or go fragrance free. Your skin is your largest organ, so just choose wisely. And it's not just about what we put on our skin. Also is important what goes inside. I had a patient with severe acne covering not just her face, but her chest and her back. She was so embarrassed by her skin that she was nervous to undress in front of her husband. I would not go swimming because she didn't want to put on a swimsuit. So once we address the root causes behind her acne, like hormonal imbalances, gut issues, and inflammation, her skin cleared up. I remember one of her follow-up appointments where she was beaming with joy about her upcoming cruise she was planning to take with her husband, and she bought a new swimsuit, and she was excited to show off her clear skin in a way that she never knew was possible. And so I understand if you are there, you're struggling with your skin, I get it. I've seen it in my patients, and I've also had my own struggles. My journey to clean skincare began with my own struggles. And as a teenager, I dealt with so many different skin issues: acne, irritation, mysterious bumps and rashes, dryness. I tried every conventional treatment and skincare product out there. I know my parents tried a lot of different things, but nothing worked. It wasn't until I started studying naturopathic medicine that I began to understand the impact of what we put on our skin. And I learned about the root causes behind skin issues. When I was seeing patients at the Waldorf Astoria Spa in Park City, I heard from many of my patients how their skin never looked so good after doing my 2-week program. And that was really because they were focusing on the inside out. They were focusing on healthy eating and clean skincare products and addressing root causes. And to me, it made sense because that was my own personal journey. And that's how I got better, was cleaning up things with addressing my own root causes and eating a cleaner diet, and also using cleaner skincare products. So this is what led me to start working on my first book, Clean Skin from Within. And while writing my book, I noticed my patients saying they couldn't find skincare products they liked. They knew that I wanted them to use clean and natural skincare products, but they weren't liking the results. So I started looking around for products to recommend them and really dove into the research to try and figure out what was missing in a lot of the skincare products out there. And that's when I learned about the skin microbiome the pH of the skin, and key natural actives. I was so excited to stumble upon this information, but then it was a matter of trying to go and find the products that I could recommend. So I attended all the skincare conferences I could find to look for products to recommend that had support for the skin microbiome, the correct pH for the products, and certain natural actives. But instead of finding that product, I found a formulator because I realized that there was nothing I could personally recommend to my patients. I wanted to create my own skincare line. So I found a formulator, and initially we were making in England because the standards are so much higher there. So I worked with her and created the Spa Doctor skincare system. This personal experience that I had really fueled my passion and led to the creation of the Spa Doctor skincare line. Since then, I've gone on to write another book, Natural Beauty Reset, really focusing on women's health and hormones because that's been a huge part of my practice since the very beginning over the last 24 years. So that's a bit about my journey and what got me to here and why we relaunched the Spa Doctor podcast. And I am so excited to bring more information to you. This is just a teaser, just a taste of what's to come. And I truly can't wait to share all the exciting guests that we have coming and my own personal experiences, as well as my personal practice and what I have learned over the years being a naturopathic physician, helping women with their health, with their hormones, and with their skin, and truly being confident. Thanks for joining me today. If you found today's episode enlightening, please consider sharing it with a friend or tagging someone on social media who could benefit from these insights. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on all the latest episodes and behind-the-scenes content. Until next time, here's to glowing skin and vibrant health. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Spa Doctor podcast. See you next Sunday for a new episode on your journey to living your healthiest life at any age.